There are very few things that have benefited from the pandemic, but one thing that has is pet adoptions. It makes sense since people are sheltering at home more and seeking furry companionship to pass the time. Reporter Rory Taylor has some tips and cautions if you're in the market to adopt a pet.
As this week's ice storm set in, here at Norman Animal Shelter, this little frog was found trying to find some place to keep warm. She's not waiting to be adopted just for the weather to improve, but if she were looking to get adopted, she'd be in luck.
When things started to shut down, in March and April and May, everybody was at home, and absolutely we saw everybody calling up, hey, we're home, we're home with our kids, we'd like to get a cat, we'd like to get a dog. So that was a really, really nice trend.
This is a nationwide trend, with some estimations putting the increase in pet adoptions near 30%. This means some significant changes at many shelters. Last summer, the Norman shelter held about 210 animals at once, but their current residency is just over 50.
We were able to waive the fees for our adoptions, which then allowed all of our animals to be adopted out. And there for quite a while, we had just a few animals in a shelter, which was very, very helpful during those COVID shutdown times.
In fact, compared to the same time last year, cats, kittens, puppies, and dogs have all seen their stays at the shelter get much shorter, meaning they're finding homes faster. But bringing a new animal into a home is a big commitment. For some advice on how to best integrate a new pet, I asked Dan Shacker, referee for Animal Planet's Puppy Bowl.
Before you adopt a dog or a cat into your home, remember, you've got to know what type of dog or cat you might need. How much energy can you give? If you've got a lot of energy and time, maybe a puppy is right for you, especially if you have your heart set on one. But if you don't, if you have a busy household, whether you're working from home or working outside the home, perhaps an older dog is the right fit for you guys.
And by all recommendations, now is as good a time as any to adopt.
Absolutely. Both for people and their mental welfare, the animals and their welfare, it's just been a tremendous win-win, I really think.
Especially at this time when animal surrenders are up as much as 200% from last year.
And we think, yes, it's great, people are home, they're adopting more, correct. But people are still surrendering dogs to shelters. They're saying, I don't have the resources because of the current situation in the world to take care of my dog. So more dogs continue, sadly, to be surrendered. So they do need us. And dogs also make us better people. They help us be more altruistic. They help us connect with our community. And they help us be aware of the greater world around us.
At this point in the year, many lockdown restrictions have been lifted, which means many of us are going back to work, resulting in less time to devote to a new pet and possibly leaving our new friend home alone for the first time.
If you've had enough time to integrate your animal in your home and your routine, it's usually a pretty easy transition. Also, too, we've had a lot of people who are partially going back to school, partially going back to work, so that's made that transition even easier. So we've really seen a smooth transition for pets and animals and people going through that change.
But if your pet does have separation anxiety, there's a recommended fix for that too.
Dogs are gregarious, they're pack animals and you are their pack. And so if it's just a pack of two and you're gone, and your wife's gone, and everybody's left, they're alone. And that is definitely a challenge for them. So that'd be my biggest point of encouragement is
go get another dog.
Yes, yeah, or another cat. I've got a cat that thinks he's a dog.
Which is exactly what Edmond resident Carly Thomas did. When her dog lost one friend, she went and found another.
We took in another dog for a few months, and then we found a new home for that dog. But Lily was really missing having a friend, and so we got Milo for that reason.
Carly works at a bank, and since her job was deemed essential, her pup was home alone. But fortunately not for long.
Somebody posted on Facebook that they had some puppies that they were selling. They lived out in Luther, and so I messaged them, said, I'm interested.
Of course, any new dog comes with an adjustment period.
Remember, you need to have the right environment at home, and that's not just cleaning products, it's everything. The dog bed, the dog play area, the right toys, the right food, the right gear, everything you can do to help that dog before they come into your home, the better and the more prepared you're going to be.
It's been really nice just having this little guy around. He doesn't really get into much trouble, which is good. We don't really let him. We kind of just keep an eye on him like you would like a toddler.
Yes, could you tell me a little bit about what issues you think cats are facing today? If you're looking for a new pet, remember most shelters are requiring an appointment to meet with the animal before coming in, and it's best to get in as much time as possible with the animal in whatever environments you can. Rory Taylor, The Oklahoma News Report.
Rory, thank you. So, if you're looking for a canine co-worker or a feline friend, okhumane.org is a good place to start.